Now this image looks somewhat familiar. The text, the background, the rugby. But it's a new number, Rugby 22, announced today. And after what has only been described as the disappointment and the lackluster effort on Rugby 20, now we do it all again. And we look forward to a new rugby game in a few months' time. Yes, hello everyone and welcome back along to your home of rugby, and a little news announcement from a few hours ago. Today on the 28th of May, Rugby 22 has been announced. But before we look at the few minor there's a couple of little details of what is coming up in this new rugby title. This image here, I've looked at it and I thought that's very similar to Rugby 20, which of course it is roughly similar to it, but there's a few things I want to point out about this image. Now, before we look at that even, let me know your initial thoughts. I don't know, most of you probably would have seen this following Rugby 20 and the previous titles before that. They were all abominations. What were your initial thoughts when you saw this? Or if you're seeing this now for the first time, what are your initial thoughts? Leave it in the comment section below. Or, of course, you can hit me up on Twitter as well and let me know what you do think. I want to know what you guys think about this title. Of course, no Rugby 21. Rugby Challenge 4 came out last year. Was it last year? I think it was last year. This time, we're back to the rugby franchise. Now, back to this image. Put your thoughts in the comments. Quick, do it now. We'll give you 2 seconds. Go. 1, 2, you should be done. This image concerns the posts. They look like, well, they look like they're toys. They're too skinny and they're not very wide. But the bigger problem, there's no field markings. It's not a rugby field and it's circular. We know we play at places like the Cape Tin, but it's circular. Let's make it a specialist stadium, shall we, for the image, and make it square. Anyway, no, not square, rectangular, even better. That's what we play rugby on, a rectangular field. Anyway, Rugby 2022 has been announced, or Rugby 22, I should say, has been announced. You can find the information they have released on Facebook. Rugby the Game, they call themselves, on Facebook and on Twitter as well. We're going to have a look at the Twitter post here, just because it's formatted a little bit nicer, and you can see it here. They have changed their Twitter account, Rugby 20 now, Rugby 22, and the little information we do have, we're going to have a little quick look at, but this really is just a little bit of I'll let you guys know what is going on in the gaming world of rugby. Of course, a lot of you are disappointed with Rugby Challenge 4, and of course we won't talk about the disappointments of Rugby 20 and the promises of future updates, ongoing updating squads and rosters and things like that. Never really happened. There was maybe 2 or 3 updates and it all fell away. The game got slight improvements with those updates, but now obviously they have gone straight to working on that next title and completely abandoned what was Rugby 20. So, we're back, is what they say. These guys, they're trying to hype up a piece of mud, and I've got my reservations, as do all of you guys as well. With official teams and competitions and never seen before in a rugby game, now let's stop you there. We know Rugby Challenge 4 already has licenses to half or so of the competitions, so you're not going to have those ones that Rugby Challenge 4 does have. So let's stop the issue right there and say, not official teams and competitions, say official teams and competitions with modding capabilities. Think about it, people. We all know how to do it. The community has some amazing modders that can do all these kits, do all these updates. They can do it for you. Let's stop wasting money and half-arsing this licensing. Do what you can do and let the community make your game brilliant. Why is Rugby Challenge 4 such a more complete title? Is the game better? Some may argue yes or no, but you can mod it. And these guys have got it down pat. Rugby 20, a little bit of modding happened in that, but this has to be a key aspect of any new game. The cricket titles have done it for years now, and they do it very, very well. Easy to update, bang, you're in, you're up to date, you've got all these creative players on your side, and it's real. It's the real players, and it's not done through licensing. There's no liability to the gaming company. So, get up with the game here, guys. Get up with the game. Moving on. There's only like 5 things in here. I'm going to probably go on for 3 hours. More realistic AI. Should we just bypass that one? Because, I mean, it can't get any worse, can it? The rugby titles have been well, fairly average with their AI work. Improving, getting better, but over the last couple of years, you'd hope there's been a remarkable improvement in that area. An improved difficulty curve, so last game title, Rugby 20, it did get very easy, very quick, easy to manipulate. And this is where I think games on the realistic AI and improved difficulty curve need to look at games like Rugby Champions. By far the most realistic match engine and the most realistic, well, not realistic's a bad word, the most tiered difficulty curve that you can hope for. Hard is sensationally hard. No matter how good you are at the game, there's no cheeky little sneaky way you can get around the AI. They are just that good. And they don't punish you just by being better at attack. They get better in defense as well. A lot of these big game titles just score more tries. They make it more impossible for you to stop them, whereas their defense is just as rubbish as ever. So that's where you need to find that balance. I think Rugby Champions is the best, by far. Best rugby match engine. I just wish they'd get a little bit more support from developers or game, the publishers, developers that make these big games. Have a bit more cash, a bit more backing behind them. Find some way to communicate people, do some deals, rock some boats, and give us a decent damn rugby game. Rugby Challenge 4, Rugby 20, and Rugby Champions all have their own strengths, but the best AI and the best match engine is Rugby Champions by streaks. So I find it difficult that they're going to reach that level with this new title. More lifelike star players. Again, if you've got a player creation model, people are going to outdo your work anyway, so that doesn't really matter. In a year's time, things have completely changed. And more! Let's speculate. What more are they going to do? I've read some comments, people talking about a Be a Pro sort of mode as well. What are they going to do with a career mode? Now, we've seen in Rugby 20, they kind of dabbled a little bit with the ultimate team sort of thing, with buying cards and having those players in your team as you worked your way through the career. It was an idea. It was a good start. If they can build on that and make it a bit more better, for lack of a better word, that could be something as well this game could really get up on as well. So hopefully we see a little bit more from them on that as well. But very much little information on the new title. They're saying they will have more information about licenses in future as well, but very little comments from these guys about the game. But it has just been announced today, a few hours ago from when I made this video. So Rugby 22 is coming out on pretty much all consoles, bar the Nintendos and the Switch. So we'll be seeing Rugby 22 on both PlayStations, both Xboxes. So that's current gen, next gen, and of course on PC. Hopefully no delay on that PC release as well. Watch this video, you guys, and make sure you don't delay the goddamn PC release. That's where we want to see this game absolutely roaring. So January 2022 is the date that they want to see this release. Will we see the typical rugby delay like we always see with the games? Never ever, I don't think, have we ever seen a fully on target release date for a rugby game just yet. So it's still a wee way away. What are we? We're in the end of May, so we've got a good 6-7 months to go before we're going to see this game on any shelves anywhere, and what the future's going to hold for it there will be interesting to see. But hopefully some more announcements coming soon. We'll get some more information, the game modes, the licenses, what else we can do with this game, and how else we can play it. But I just wanted to put this out nice and early for you guys, just so you could see it. Anyone who follows my channel that doesn't follow these guys on social medias or things like that, you can see exactly what is going on. I'll try to keep you up to date as best as I can with all the information that they do bring out, and of course anything else I can get out of these guys to let you guys know what this game will be like. But let me know, of course, now you've seen what they are kind of promising, what are your initial thoughts about the game when you first learned about it, whether it be here today or earlier in the day when you've seen the announcement, and now you've seen a little bit of information. What do you think? What are your thoughts on the game? I've got a few people that have made some comments as well. I put this up on Twitter as I saw it released, and you guys, well, you're not full of the most confidence I've ever seen in my life. So I said to you guys, here we go again. Do you have any confidence in this? In the comments, we've had a few. It's only been up there for a wee while. A few of you guys have come back already. We'll put all the comments out there. Old Shane's come in. You've seen Shane on the channel before. He says not since Rugby 2001. He's old school. He's old school. Scott's saying nope, he ain't got no money for it, but he's holding out hope for a Rugby League Live 5. We'll see how that one goes. Chad wants to be impressed, but his expectations are low. I agree massively with that comment. And Justin at the bottom there says, hopefully this game gives that same vibe as 08. No one is letting go of Rugby 08. He says it really was the best for him then, and Rugby Challenge 4 and 3. So there we go. Everyone's hopeful, but no one is holding their breath because, well, the death rates would just be astronomical. But that is it. A little bit of a look at what Rugby 22 may be bringing, and hopefully we'll get some more news very, very soon. I'll be bringing it to you here on your home of rugby. So do not go anywhere. Hit that subscribe, of course, and get it straight delivered to your face here on YouTube as well. So thank you all for tuning in and coming by and saying hi. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. And I'll see you all very soon for some more rugby gaming, some more Rugby Challenge 4, some more Rugby Champions. It's really the best we've got right now. Let's hold out hope that Rugby 22 can buck that trend. Until next time though, take care.